Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Mary Hawk on Divination TV, and I'm coming to you tonight to discuss the numerology of 4/8/2024, the day that we are going to have the eclipse that will be visible across a large part of the United States. I know we're all excited about it. I'm excited that I've got the opportunity to travel to Dayton, Ohio with the friends so we can see totality again. She and I got to witness totality in Nashville, Tennessee 4 years ago, and now we're going to witness totality again in Dayton. So, wherever you are, I hope if you have a chance to view it, you will. And of course, I want to encourage you to be safe, use Eclipse glasses, look up how to do the neat trick with 2 cards and a thumbtack. And hello to Reverend Don in the chat room. And if anybody has any questions or comments, please go ahead and post them in chat. And we will get started here. So, as I said, we're talking about eclipse numerology tonight. And the day is 4/8/2024. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we do math in numerology. So I'm not just going to throw a bunch of numbers at you and you don't know where they came from. We're going to be looking at adding up the 3 numbers that comprise the date. 4 representing April, 8 the date, and 2024 the year. So that's going to give us 4 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4, which will give us 4 plus 8 plus 8, which will give us 12 plus 8. But in numerology, we reduce double-digit numbers by adding them together. So we're going to add the 1 and the 2 in the 12, and that's going to give us 8 plus 3. And so the vibration for Monday is 11. And I'm going to pause for a minute and tell you that I just told you we reduce double numbers, didn't I? But there's always an exception to a rule, right? And double numbers that repeat, like 11, 22, 33, are what we call master numbers, and we don't reduce those. They have a very special spiritual significance for us. So rather than reducing this 11 to a 2, we keep it. And hello to Michelle in the chat room. Thank you for joining me. So now that we have determined that the significance of, or that the date of 4/8/2024 is an 11 in numerology, what does that mean? The 11 is a very intuitive number. It's a very spiritual number. And it's a very psychic number. So I'm sure you're seeing all the scary, weird, and head scratching stories on Facebook about the significance of this eclipse having to do with where the path of this eclipse and the last eclipse intersect, and the earthquake fault line, and where Ronald McDonald scratched his nose, or something else equally important. And this is going to lead to some sort of mass human sacrifice, only it's going to be done with technology. So we're not going to recognize it for what it is. However, that's just not what this date means. When we look at the numerology for 4/8/2024, it is talking about a day that is very spiritual. It is a good day to focus on spiritual practices. It's a good day to focus on your intuition, your psychic abilities. Reverend Don will be leading a ritual to charge crystals under the energy of the eclipse. This is, of course, you don't get an eclipse every day, but the numerology certainly supports this. So please don't be scared by all that idiocy going around. It is going to have a wonderful spiritual energy about this date. It is a great day to start something of a spiritual or a psychic nature. A wonderful day to start anything like that, because the energy is favoring you. And then we're going to dig down a little more, because I'm always digging down a little more. So we get the 11 from the numbers 4 in the month, 8 in the date, and 8 because 2024 adds up to 8. So we're going to look at these energies, because these are the energies that underlie the 11. So number 4, what energy is that? And 4 is a very disciplined energy. It's very organized, and it's very hardworking. So this is one of the energies that is underlying the 11. So if you are planning on using the psychic and spiritual energy of 4/8, bear in mind that underlying it is energy that's going to require you to be focused in how you do it, and to approach it with organization, discipline, and be willing to put in hard work to get what you want. And then we have 8 and 8. Now, the number 8 is a very visionary number. It's successful, and it's a number of leadership. So these are also qualities to bring to the table. So again, 4/8/2024 is a very fortunate number, because it has all this wonderful energy. So if you're willing to bring the hard work into working with starting any type of spiritual or psychic work, beginning it, on 4/8. You can certainly look for it to be successful. And of course, since we have 2 8s involved, it is visionary, successful, and leadership times 2. And there you have it, folks. And I'm going to turn that off and come back on. And I want to thank everyone who's joining me. Does anybody have a question or a comment they'd like to post in chat? And if not, again, I want to thank you for joining us. I want to point out that Sunday at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, wherever you are viewing this show, we will be having our first pagan news show that will be hosted by Reverend Don, Chris Copeland, Harold Carter, and myself. Also join Reverend Don midday on Monday for more talk about the eclipse. Michelle, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Reverend Don will also be hosting an eclipse ritual about 1 p.m. Central as well on Monday. So be sure and join that. And again, thank you for joining me. If you didn't see all of this, it will be available again in a few minutes, and you can certainly replay it. Thank you, everyone, and blessed be.